Good afternoon, guys. We are here at the Johnny Styles / Rude Muscle HQ. I'm on the couch. It's my favourite place. You've probably seen me fall asleep on here many a time. Yeah, I just thought we'd do a little update today. It's like, I think it's the 25th today, so approaching the end of October now. Just give you kind of a roundup of where things are at with training, physically, mentally, emotionally. Obviously had a bit of time to like let thoughts settle in now and kind of evaluate everything, and I suppose I haven't planned where to go from here, but I'm in the process of some updates as well on like actual things that are happening. One thing I really wanted to kind of update you on, because people have been asking, is, James, are you moving to America permanently? A lot of people have seen my posts where I've been kind of inciting the idea of relocation. And this is I suppose this is the first time I'm legitimately answering from myself, like in actual factual words from my mouth, rather than just these poetic say-sos online. Yes, relocating is something that's happening, and I've been in a meeting this morning, just discussing the process. It has begun, and everything's going really well so far. There's a few documents and stuff involved, but without going into too much detail, none of this would be possible without Aaron. And Aaron's made it a possibility and has chosen to support my decision to be here. I want to be here for many reasons. Obviously, I feel that I've kind of done everything I can do with myself in England. I've lived there for 32 years of my life. You know, I've had a great time there, and I've established myself as, you know, James and the bodybuilder, and you know, King's Gym and all the things that come with it. And it is fantastic and it's brilliant, and there's certainly plenty to be happy with, and there's much reason to stay. But with that being said, having done my first Olympia and felt, you know, everything that brought, it became very apparent to me that there's change that's needed. And the change that's needed is, I don't know how long term it is, but it's certainly, in my mind, I've got like a 5-year plan minimum, where, you know, I obviously want to win the Mr Olympia, and I know that in order to do that, you have to put yourself in the right environment. And I feel like I've exhausted one of those environments, and I think it's time for a change. Being here is just so sensible in regards to relationship building. You know, I'm around the guys at SHEDCON1 daily. I'm available for them to do, you know, content, you know, advertisement, and just generally work. One thing that I was finding back home is that it was like monotonous and mundane, because I was training, I was returning home, I had nothing to do for a few hours, and I was just becoming a little bit stale. And I was just existing, I was just letting time pass, and I wasn't fulfilling myself, and I wasn't fulfilling who I can be. You know, the stage, yeah, I was always able to train hard and feel like I'm improving that side of things. But as you know, guys, you're not just that, you're a human being, and there's other factors that need to be taken into consideration. You know, mental well-being, your health from a, you know, psychological standpoint, and being trapped indoors almost and not wanting to leave the house after COVID certainly wasn't healthy. And being here has opened up my eyes, and I feel like a totally different person. You know, I want to be outside, I want to do things, I want to be available, I want to communicate, and I want to talk, and I want to, you know, I actually feel energetic for the first time in a long time. So I can't really disregard that feeling, I have to follow that. And that's why. It just seemed like the logical next step. I'm actually like really looking forward to it. I'm just, there's opportunities here, all the shows are here. Bodybuilding is essentially in the US. I've always said that I found it quite a frustration with the travel and stuff being back home. So I'm just basically minimalizing any reason to have an excuse not to be my best. So off the back of that, if I don't perform better, then that's my fault. But I do believe that I will, because I think I'm putting myself in the right place in order to see that happen. In regards to like other aspects like training and stuff right now, I'm really settling into being at SHEDCON1 gym. I'm loving the environment, loving the equipment. You know, I'm not like forcing myself to train extremely hard or anything right now. I'm taking some time, and I'm literally just going with the flow. I do think it's very important after a show to kind of let yourself fluidly find your balance instead of forcing anything, especially when you're not doing a second show off the back of that one. I obviously chose not to do a show off the back of this one because, quite honestly, I was ready too early for this one, and what had happened is, by the time we hit this show, I'd already lost some of the muscle that I had tried to gain in the off season. And for me, it's like, if you're going to go again without the muscle that you built, there's no point. Like, if you've lost tissue in the process of dieting, you've gone too far. And you know, bodybuilding for me, I don't want to present anything on stage less than I know I'm able to present, and I wouldn't be able to present anything that, you know, that much better than I did at Olympia really at this time. So the plan is for me personally to go away. Brutally honest with you, I'm just going to size the fuck up. Like, the one common thing that has been mentioned about me is that size is needed. Whether you agree or not, I agree with that, and that's what's most important, is that I see that that's what I need to do. So, you know, I've stood next to the big boys now. I know what they're bringing, and I know what they're about, and it makes it a lot easier for me to make the decision of going back into a structured kind of off-season and work on trying to become, you know, a bigger, better bodybuilder. And, you know, if things were judged differently, if the look was different, then obviously I would chase that. The goal is to win, so you have to chase whatever it is that gets you the win. And some people are like, oh, but shouldn't you bodybuild to kind of just make yourself happy and be happy in your physique? There is that, but then there's also, I chose to do this as a career, and I chose to be this, and there's certain criteria that needs to be met, and I like challenges. And if the criteria is something that I'm not quite ticking the boxes for now, all the more merrier, because it means there's more work to do, and bodybuilders like hard work, and I'm really interested in trying some different things in order to change how I look to become that. So like I say, guys, training's just kind of free flow at the minute. I think it'll be a couple of weeks before I'm really set into my groove. Nutrition, I'm kind of just controlling my own for the minute and making sure that I'm eating a lot of variety in my food, good quality foods. I have the odd meal off with the boys, and not putting too much pressure on myself really. So I think the next few weeks is going to be like that. I'm certainly in no rush to lock anything in unless, you know, it's required, and right now I don't think it is. Body's kind of happy, stabilized around the 275 mark. Nutrition wise, again, I'm eating probably about 600 grams of carbs a day, all from mostly clean sources. Proteins probably about 300, fats are about 100. So I think I'm about the 5,000 calorie mark on average, because I do have the odd meal off as well. You guys probably noticed that we popped to First Watch the other day. So if any of you are from the US and haven't tried First Watch, I would suggest trying it because it's really good. But yeah, that's it. Today I'm going to go and do some training. The next real thing that's happening for me is blood work with Dr. Schneider. I got his information. I'm going to book in with him. And once I know, obviously, when the blood work's out and have that analysed, then I'll know where to kind of go from here. So everything really is resting on that. And that's why, again, guys, I'm not in any rush to kind of force myself to be or do anything right now, because there's certain things that have to be done first and foremost. So we will probably review those blood work actually when we get when that's done. I would like to be transparent as I can. Obviously, I'll discuss with the guys how transparent we can be, and I have to take in consideration that I'm part of the IFBB and that I'm representing them and whatnot. So I'll go into as much information and detail as I can in regards to, like, you know, values and stuff. But I won't overextend how much I say, because obviously I have to be professional in my approach. But if there's something I can share with you that will help you guys from that particular information, maybe how to correct some of these issues or misalignments that you'll probably see in the blood work through nutrition or supplementation, obviously then I'll be happy to get Dr. Schneider and myself to give you that information, because I think that's very important. So yeah, so that'll be the next thing we do, and then we'll just catch up from there. So for now, guys, and from the guys at Redcon, just want to say thank you. I have noticed the channel's still climbing. It's over the 96,000 now. So I think it's gone up 2,000 since we kind of started this appeal for the channel to get to 100,000. So from me to you, on a personal level, thank you. But keep it going, keep clicking, keep sharing, stay subscribed, share with your friends, get involved, support Redcon1. I promise I'm bringing you nothing but the realist, hardcore Redcon1 old school shizzle your way, because that's the shit I love. So you can always rely on me for that. So I'll see you soon, guys. Peace and love, and catch you next time.